What if I told you that the secret to growing thick, strong, beautiful hair has been sitting in your kitchen this entire time? Not in an expensive bottle, not in a dermatologist's office, not in some overpriced supplement that promises the world and delivers nothing. Right there, in your refrigerator, in a vegetable that most people peel, chop, and cry over without ever realizing that it is one of the most powerful hair restoration tools nature has ever produced. Today, I'm going to share with you exactly what this vegetable is, why it works at a biological level, how to use it correctly, and what most people are doing wrong that stops them from ever seeing real results. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you will have a complete step-by-step natural protocol for thicker, fuller, faster growing hair, and it costs almost nothing to start today. Let's talk about hair loss for a moment, because I want you to understand that what you're experiencing is not a mystery, and it is not irreversible. Every single day, I speak with people who are watching their hair thin and fall out, and they are desperate. They've tried shampoos that cost $40, $50, $60 a bottle. They've tried collagen powders and biotin tablets in mega doses. Some have even turned to medications with side effects that are honestly more frightening than the hair loss itself. And yet the thinning continues. Why? Because most of these products are addressing the symptom, not the cause. And until you address the root cause, and I do mean that literally, the root of the hair follicle, you will keep spending money and keep losing hair. Now, the vegetable I'm talking about today is the onion, the humble, ordinary, brown-skinned onion. And before you roll your eyes and think this sounds too simple to be true, I want you to hear me out, because the science behind this is genuinely remarkable, and the clinical results are something that even mainstream dermatology cannot ignore. A study published in the Journal of Dermatology found that participants who applied crude onion juice to their scalp twice daily experienced significant hair regrowth in just 6 weeks. In the group using onion juice, 74% of participants reported notable regrowth. In the control group using plain tap water, only 13% saw any improvement at all. Those numbers are not small. Those numbers are the kind of results that pharmaceutical companies spend billions trying to replicate in a laboratory. So what is it about onions that makes them so extraordinarily powerful for hair? The answer lies primarily in sulfur. Onions are one of the richest dietary and topical sources of organic sulfur compounds on the planet. Sulfur is a mineral that your body absolutely requires for the production of two of the most important proteins in hair structure, keratin and collagen. Keratin is the protein that your hair strand is literally made of. Without adequate sulfur, your body cannot produce strong, well-formed keratin. The result? Hair that is thin, brittle, weak, and prone to breaking and falling out long before it should. Collagen, on the other hand, surrounds the hair follicle and provides the structural support that allows the follicle to grip and anchor the hair shaft properly. When collagen breaks down around the follicle, which happens with age, with poor nutrition, with chronic stress, the follicle weakens and hair loss accelerates dramatically. Onion juice delivers sulfur directly to the scalp, and when it is absorbed through the skin, it stimulates the fibroblast cells responsible for producing both keratin and collagen. This is not folklore, this is cellular biochemistry. But sulfur is only part of the story. Onions are also extraordinarily rich in quercetin, a flavonoid antioxidant that does something very specific and very important for hair follicles. One of the primary causes of hair follicle death is a process called oxidative stress. Free radicals, which are generated by pollution, UV radiation, chronic stress, processed foods, and even normal metabolic processes, accumulate around the hair follicle and damage the cells responsible for hair production. Over time, this oxidative damage is so severe that the follicle essentially miniaturizes and stops producing hair altogether. Quercetin is one of the most potent antioxidants ever studied for its ability to neutralize these free radicals before they can cause this kind of irreversible follicle damage. When you apply onion juice to your scalp, the quercetin absorbs into the dermal tissue and acts as a shield around your follicles, protecting them from the oxidative assault that causes premature hair loss. Now I want to talk about something that most hair loss content completely ignores, and that is the role of scalp circulation. Your hair follicles are living structures. They require a continuous, rich supply of oxygen and nutrients delivered through your bloodstream. When circulation to the scalp is poor, which is shockingly common, particularly in people who sit at desks all day, who are under chronic stress, or who have any degree of cardiovascular compromise, the follicles are essentially being slowly starved. They don't have enough oxygen to produce new cells. They don't have enough nutrients to synthesize keratin. The result is weak, slow-growing hair that sheds prematurely. Onion juice contains compounds that have a well-documented vasodilatory effect. That means they cause the tiny blood vessels near the surface of the scalp to dilate and increase blood flow to the follicles. This is why many people report a mild warming or tingling sensation when they first apply onion juice to the scalp. That sensation is not irritation, it is circulation. It is blood moving into places it previously was not reaching adequately. There is also the issue of scalp inflammation, which is far more common and far more damaging than most people realize. Conditions like seborrheic dermatitis, scalp psoriasis, and even simple chronic low-grade inflammation from an imbalanced scalp microbiome create an environment in which healthy hair growth is essentially impossible. Inflamed follicles produce weaker, thinner hair strands, shed more quickly, and over time can permanently scar and close, leading to the kind of hair loss that becomes increasingly difficult to reverse. The sulfur compounds in onion juice, along with its quercetin content and the antimicrobial properties of its other organosulfur components, have been shown to reduce scalp inflammation, suppress the overgrowth of Malassezia yeast, which is a primary driver of dandruff and seborrheic dermatitis, and restore a healthier, more balanced scalp environment in which follicles can function as they were designed to. Now let's get very practical, because information without action is just entertainment. Let me walk you through exactly how to prepare and use onion juice in a way that is effective, consistent, and sustainable. First, you'll want to use medium to large red or yellow onions. Red onions have a slightly higher quercetin content, but either variety will give you excellent results. Peel 2 to 3 onions and chop them into rough pieces. You can then either use a blender and strain the juice through a fine mesh sieve or cheesecloth, or you can use a juicer directly. What you're after is pure onion juice. No pulp, no fiber, just the liquid. You should get roughly 3 to 4 tablespoons of juice from 2 large onions, which is the right amount for 1 full scalp application. Using a cotton ball, a small brush, or your fingertips, apply the juice directly to your scalp, not to the length of your hair, but to the scalp itself. Section your hair and work methodically so that you are covering the entire scalp, paying particular attention to areas of thinning or recession. Once the juice is applied, use your fingertips to gently massage the scalp for 5 minutes. This massage is not optional, it is essential. The mechanical stimulation of massage independently increases blood flow to the follicles, and it also helps work the onion compounds deeper into the dermal layer where the follicle bulb lives. After massaging, leave the juice on your scalp for a minimum of 30 minutes. For best results, leave it on for 1 hour. Then wash your hair thoroughly with a mild, sulfate-free shampoo. You may need to shampoo twice to fully remove the onion odor. Do this every other day for the first month and then 3 times per week as a maintenance protocol. Now I want to address the elephant in the room, the smell. Yes, onion juice has a pungent smell. I will not pretend otherwise, but I also want to give you some practical strategies for managing it. First, adding a few drops of essential oil to your onion juice, lavender, peppermint, or rosemary, can significantly reduce the odor while also adding their own hair growth supportive properties, particularly rosemary, which has its own impressive clinical evidence for stimulating follicle activity. Second, doing your onion treatment in the evening before you plan to wash your hair the next morning works very well for many people. Third, understand that the smell dissipates completely once you wash your hair properly. It does not linger on clean, dry hair. The results are absolutely worth a temporary inconvenience. Let me also address what not to do, because I see these mistakes constantly. Do not apply onion juice to your hair strands. It can cause dryness and brittleness to the hair shaft itself if it is not rinsed properly. Always apply to the scalp only. Do not use onion juice every single day, especially in the first 2 weeks. Your scalp needs time to adjust, and overdoing it can cause mild irritation in sensitive skin types. Do not use onion juice if you have any open sores, significant psoriasis plaques, or active scalp infections. Allow those to heal first. And please do not stop after 1 or 2 weeks and declare that it doesn't work. Hair growth cycles are measured in months, not days. The anagen, or active growth phase of the hair follicle, takes time to reactivate after it has been dormant. Give this protocol a genuine 90 days before you make any judgment about its effectiveness. Now, while you are doing the topical protocol, I also want you to think about what you are feeding your hair from the inside, because no topical treatment, no matter how powerful, can compensate for a nutritionally depleted body. Hair is one of the first tissues the body sacrifices when nutrients are scarce, because it is not considered essential for survival. This means that deficiencies in iron, zinc, vitamin D, vitamin B12, omega-3 fatty acids, and biotin will all directly undermine your hair growth efforts. Eat foods rich in these nutrients consistently. Dark leafy greens, eggs, wild-caught fatty fish, pumpkin seeds, lentils, and liver are among the most hair-supportive foods you can include in your diet. Reducing your intake of ultra-processed foods, refined sugars, and vegetable oils is equally important, as these promote the exact kind of systemic inflammation that damages follicles from within. I also want you to take your stress seriously as a hair health factor. Chronic psychological stress elevates cortisol, and elevated cortisol directly suppresses the growth phase of the hair cycle and prematurely pushes follicles into the shedding phase. This is the mechanism behind the clinical condition known as telogen effluvium, sudden diffuse hair shedding that follows a period of intense stress, illness, or trauma. Managing stress through adequate sleep, daily movement, time in nature, and whatever practices bring you genuine restoration is not a soft lifestyle suggestion. It is a biological imperative for hair health. The beautiful truth is that your body wants to grow hair. Your follicles, under the right conditions, are designed to produce thick, healthy, vibrant hair throughout your life. What we are doing with the onion juice protocol, with proper nutrition, and with stress management is simply removing the obstacles that are getting in the way of that natural process. We are giving the follicles circulation. We are giving them antioxidant protection. We are giving them the sulfur they need to build keratin. And we are creating the scalp environment in which they can do their job without interference. To summarize everything we've covered today, onion juice is one of the most scientifically supported, affordable, and effective natural remedies for hair loss and thinning hair, working through its sulfur content, quercetin antioxidants, anti-inflammatory compounds, and vasodilatory effects to restore follicle health and accelerate hair regrowth. Apply it consistently, support it with proper nutrition and stress management, and give your body the time it needs to complete the biological process of hair restoration. The results are real, and they are achievable for most people who commit to this approach fully. If you found this information valuable and you want to take control of your hair health naturally, make sure to subscribe to this channel so you never miss a video. Give this video a thumbs up so more people can find this information, and let me know in the comments below. What topic do you want me to cover next? Your health is in your hands, and I am here every step of the way to help you reclaim it.